Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome to Braunton Burrows and a mindful movement meditation practice. If you look over my shoulder, you may be able to see Lundy Island in the distance, and beyond that, the Atlantic Ocean. Gorgeous place, great place to be mindful. So, speaking of which, you're going to need to find somewhere where you won't be disturbed for 30-40 minutes, where you can lie down flat on your back with your arms outstretched overhead and out to the sides. If you're on carpet, then the carpet may suffice as a padding. If you've got a yoga mat, then that could be handy. Particularly at some points we'll come up on our knees and you may want a bit of extra padding underneath your knees at that point. Somewhere where you won't be disturbed, which is fairly quiet, and where you can be comfortable lying on the floor. The movement practice will involve some gentle yoga-like stretches. But as with all the practices that I lead, please just do what's right for you at this moment. If something feels uncomfortable, then feel free to miss out that exercise and try another. You can just sit and pause and meditate until we move on to an exercise that works for you. Some of the exercises will be stretching, and again, just stretch as far as works for you. Don't overpush it, don't feel a need to compete with yourself or anybody else. This is just a practice for you, and it's mindful movement where we're focusing on the movement. So if you like to go now and find yourself somewhere to lie down, somewhere where you won't be disturbed, then lie flat on your back and we'll be ready to go in just a moment. So once you're lying down, with your arms and your legs out straight, allow the arms to relax by your sides with your palms pointing upwards. Allow your feet just to drop out naturally to the sides under their own weight. And just take a few deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just notice the weight of your body on the floor. Feel your heels and your calves pushing into the floor. Your bottom pressing against the ground. Your shoulders and upper back. Your head and your arms. Just notice their contact with the ground. And your weight and gravity pulling you down. You can do the movements today with your eyes open or closed, whatever's right for you. But while you're doing the movements, use your other senses as well to pay attention to your surroundings. So now just listen to whatever noises are around you, inside the body or out. Inside the room or out. Notice any movement of air in the room. the temperature, sensations of your clothes on your skin. Just taking the time to notice whatever's there for you right now. And now bringing your attention to your breath. Following each breath all the way in through your nose, down the esophagus, down into the lungs, and all the way back up again and out of the mouth. The first stretch we're going to do is just a full body stretch, gently rotating the arms up above the head and reaching out as far as we can. So on the next in-breath, just slowly raise your arms up. And as you breathe in, just bring your arms up slowly over your head. Once you've gone as far as your arms will comfortably rotate, just reach them out and push out with your heels as well, making your body as long as it can be. Just note any sensations in the body as you do so. Any discomfort, any pain, any feelings of release. And then on the next out breath, just gently allow your arms to come back down by your side. Using the full time of the breath, moving nice and slowly. As you do so, noticing how you control your arms. What does your brain tell your body? What muscles do you feel move? In your own time, just do that exercise another couple of times. And next we're just going to do some abdominal tilts. So just bringing our heels up towards our bottom, knees pointing up to the sky. If you use one of your hands, you should just be able to feel a gap in the small of your back, a gap between the back and the floor, which is the natural curve made by your spine. What I want you to do on the next in-breath, just gently pushing the spine down to the floor, raising the tailbone and closing that gap. Noting what muscles work, what messages are given, what sensations you feel. And on the next out-breath, just pushing the tailbone back to the ground and recreating that gap. Just gently in your own time, raise the tailbone, close the gap. Push the tailbone down and open the gap. Try and focus throughout on the sensations in your body. And gently just come to rest and pause and breathe. And next we're just going to do a stretch of bringing our knees to our chest. So just gently bring your knees up towards your chest, and with your hands put them round underneath the knees so you can pull them in a little bit to your chest, pulling only as far as is comfortable for you. If it's right for you, just pull them a little bit more into the chest. And if you'd like to push that stretch a little bit more, just raising the head and neck from the ground towards the knees. If you like, just try rocking from side to side slightly, allowing the carpet or the mat to massage the spine. You can try doing little circles. And the other way. And gently coming to a stop, releasing the legs, allowing them to come to the ground, and lying back down again. Just taking a few breaths and checking in with the body. What's there for you right now? And now we're going to do knee stretches one leg at a time. So just raising the right knee up towards your chest, placing your left hand on the knee, right hand on the ankle, and pulling the knee towards the chest. If you'd like to stretch a little bit more and it's right for you, again raising the head and the shoulders and bringing the knee towards the chest. Noticing whatever sensations are there for you right now. What thoughts go through your head? Are you urging yourself to go further? Testing yourself, stretching yourself? Just noting what thoughts are in your mind. And just gradually easing off and returning the leg to the ground. And now bringing the left leg up towards the chest. Right hand on the knee, left hand on the ankle. And again, pulling it in towards the chest. Raising the head and neck if it's right for you. And again, gently releasing and returning the leg to the ground. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to come up on your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Doing that in a way that's comfortable for you, looking after you and your back. So maybe rolling onto the side first of all, and coming up onto our knees. So the position now, you can see with your knees underneath your hips and about hip width apart. Your hands underneath your shoulders and shoulder width apart, fingers pointing forwards. And the back relatively flat, so you're like a tabletop. And the head looking down to the ground. So with the next in-breath, what I'd like you to do is push the arch of your back up towards the sky and drop the head between the arms. And as you release the breath, allowing the back to come back down and the head to come up and look towards the sky. And again on the in-breath, just do it in your own time, noting what sensations are there for you. Maybe doing it in time with the breath. And then gently just coming back to the tabletop position. And now just pushing our right leg backwards, keeping the toes on the ground to start off with. And then if it's right for you, raising the right foot off the ground. And then raising the left arm up off the ground, reaching it out in front and looking out along the length of our arm. pushing the stretch, making yourself as long as you can, but only as far as is right for you. Noting the sensations in your body now. Perhaps closing your eyes for a moment or two, seeing what difference that makes to the sensations. And gently bringing the arm and the knee back to the ground. This time gently pushing the left leg backwards, keeping the toes on the ground as we start. And if it's right for you, raising the toes up. And then raising the right arm and pushing the arm out. Again, closing the eyes if it's right for you. And just seeing what difference that makes. If you need to take a rest at any time, you can just put your foot or your hand back down, take a little rest before coming back to the position. And then gently bringing the arm and the leg back to the ground again. In a moment we're going to come back down to lying on our back. Again, just doing it nice and gently, looking after your body as you do so, and in whatever way is right for you. Once you're on your back, just take a few breaths. Now once again, bringing your heels up to your bottom. Doing it gently and in whatever way looks after you and your body. Tucking them in as close as you can to your bottom. Leaving your arms on the floor by your side. In a moment, I want you to lift your tailbone up off the ground and gently raise your back off the ground, one vertebra at a time, nice and gently, until you have a nice straight line from your knees to your shoulders. It's a pelvic bridge, but do it nice and gently, going only as far as right's for you, using your tummy muscles to create the movement. So on the next in-breath, just gently bring the tailbone off the ground, curling up vertebra by vertebra. Not using the arms to push up, just using your tummy muscles. Once there, just breathe and note the sensations in your body, the thoughts in your mind. Are there any thoughts to test yourself or protect yourself? Any sensations of strain or even pain. If you need to rest at any time, gently, vertebra by vertebra, lower your spine to the floor, controlling it with your tummy muscles. And have a rest before coming back up into the bridge. Again, raising tailbone up and then vertebra by vertebra, coming up. And on the next out breath, just gently coming down to rest, vertebra by vertebra, controlling the movement all the time, and noticing what's going on in your body. Push your legs out to the floor again, and just take a couple of breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and check in with your body. Now once again, on the next in-breath, bringing your heels up to your bottom. And this time, if you just move your arms out to the side. Now on the next in-breath, just allow your knees to gently fall to the left-hand side, allowing gravity to pull your knees towards the floor, allowing them to fall as far as is right for you, keeping the knees as close together as you can. Once your knees are bare, just take a breath or two. And if it's right for you and you'd like to increase the stretch, just turn your head, look down the right arm, and try and push your knees down towards the ground, keeping one knee on top of the other, noting where you feel the stretch. When it's right for you, bringing your head back up to face the sky, and gently bringing your knees back up to the top again. Take a moment to reset and just breathe. And then allowing the knees to fall to the right. Again, if you want to stretch a little further, turning your head away from the knees and pushing the knees towards the ground. Noting what's happening with you right now.
Again, raising the head back up towards the sky and gently bringing your knees back to the top again. Stretching the legs out and bringing the arms back to your side. Just taking a moment or two to breathe. Now once again, just gently bringing your heels up to the bottom. And then straightening the right leg and bringing it up towards the sky as far as feels right for you. Noticing the feelings and sensations in your body as you do so. And if you'd like to and it's right for you, you can extend this stretch by putting your hands behind your leg, pulling your leg a little bit further, only as far as is comfortable for you. And again, by raising the heads and shoulders, we can just bring that stretch a little further. Noting what's happening to you, the thoughts and the sensations as you do so. And then gently releasing it and bringing the right leg back to earth. Head and shoulders to the ground. Now straighten the left leg and gently bringing it to point towards the sky as far as works for you. And again, we can extend if we like, but gently and in your own time. Noticing any thoughts of competition with yourself, anything pushing you to go a bit further, or conversely, anything urging you to protect yourself and stop. Just noting those thoughts. And again, gently letting go. Feet back to the floor. And legs outstretched. And now what I'd like you to do is roll onto your left hand side. Coming up on your left elbow. Using your right hand to balance yourself or steady yourself. And raising the right leg up. As high as it will. In a scissor stretch. Noting where you feel that stretch. Noting how you get there. Noting what the body does to keep it there. And then gently bring it down to the side. And then rolling over to our right hand side. Raising the left leg up. And then gently releasing it back down again. But this time just roll onto your front. Lie yourself down on your front. Just put your head to one side. And breathe. then just bringing our chin up to the ground, just stretch your right leg out as far as it'll go, raising the toes off the ground, pushing out with the heel and stretching the leg out, straightening the leg, pushing out. And then just gently releasing the leg, putting the face to one side again. Bringing the chin back to the floor. And this time pushing the left leg out, straightening the left leg. And then just gently releasing it and resting the head on the side. Then bringing the chin to the ground again and just raising the head and shoulders off the ground. Just using your muscles to pull yourself up. Noting the sensations and the thoughts as you do so. Then gently coming back down, facing the head to one side. And then in a moment, just like you to gently, and in whatever way is best for you, bring yourself back up to the table pose. And on the in-breath, raising the head and shoulders, tailbone pushing back, and stretching into the cat pose. And on the out-breath, pushing the tailbone down, bringing the head and shoulders down between the arms, into cow. In your own time, maybe in phase with the breath, just alternate between those a few times, just to stretch out. Before coming to rest back in the tabletop pose. We're nearly at the end now, so just gently and looking after yourself, come back down to lying on your back. Just lie yourself back on your back. Feel the weight of your body pushing into the floor. Just notice your breath throughout the whole cycle, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. keeping an awareness of your body pushing into the ground and your breath. Just start to notice the space around you, any movement of the air. Feeling of your clothes on your skin. Any noises around you. Try and hold that awareness of you, your breath, the space around you. Try and take that dayness, that awareness, out into your day.